comes Legos, bricks and toys.
Alright, toy fans. So, listen, normally on Saturday I am up here on live. I'm here with you. I'm getting to chat with you, but I'm not going to be able to be on live. So, hopefully, this bag will kind of help in that last little bit of Mould King stuff that we've been wanting to do, and will allow us to, kind of see the finished thing, and I'll just kind of work us through everything as if, you're here, but you're not getting a chat. So hopefully this will be okay. All right, so we're on bag 5, our very last bag. We've got stickers. We've got just these few things here, and yeah, that's it. And we got a big bag of wheels as well. I'm gonna go ahead and open these wheels. Open up all of our bags. So, yeah, for this, we got family stuff going on. There's things that we gotta do, and I was like, you know what? It's like I don't want people to have to miss out. But, I was like, at the same time, I'm like, yeah, let's get in here and get something for them. So, we got these really cool, they're big squishy wheels. But they're not lined up on the thing. So we got some that, like on the Racer, there was silver hubs, and then we've got these in black. These are going to go, obviously, on, I think it's like a little tire rack thing. So it's kind of like we can make like the pit here. So that way we can see, what it looks like. Nice display piece. Of course, that, surprisingly enough, it's like I really don't have a place to display this, but, in time, right? That's how these things work. Oh my goodness, I guess I did not get a bag. It's been kind of wild around here. I've been cleaning up, and so I've been, cleaning up and, rearranging things and building shelves. So in all of that, it's like I'm doing all this extra stuff. I've lost... oh man, I lost some fishing reel arms that I was supposed to take and fix for one of my friend's kids. Of course, now I can't find it, so who knows what I did. I've already gone and checked the trash. I've already gone to look. Yeah, it's wild. And here's the thing, I've never gone to get tested on, well, let me just face it, I have gone to get tested. So we thought forever that I had ADHD. It's kind of like a thing, you got ADHD, that's obvious what's going on with you, etc., etc. Actually, what I have is I'm on the spectrum. And for the most part, some things, I would say they don't bother me, but I do get hyper focused, hardcore hyper focused on certain things. And when I do, and I start working, getting into a trance, doing whatever, kind of moving on, just kind of working and going, not even paying attention. And oftentimes what happens is I will misplace something, lose something, pack it away with not realizing what I'm doing. Oh man, and then shortly after, I have the crash out. Can't find it. Oh, I hate my brain, blah, 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 blah. And it's a mess. And I feel bad because I put my family through it all the time. And it's like, if only it were just a little bit different. But, here's the thing. That's my brain. That's how things are. And I'm just going to have to learn. I'm learning about it. I'm learning about how to control things and how to get things settled. So, it is, right? Alright, so it says here that we've got one that's like black with a yellow. Obviously, I don't see black with yellow. I've got a yellow. So it's an actual yellow tube with this. Seems kind of odd, but, you know, I think that's what we're supposed to have. Because there's not another one here. And I don't see this one being used in anything else, which is a little weird. But, I mean, what do I know? So we're going to plug this in the top over here. Ah! I'm going to fit that back up there. There we go. And then this is supposed to fold down onto here, right? Yeah. So I guess this is like a tire thing. Yeah, it definitely for display. It doesn't, you know, turn like the way you would think of. Like, oh, this is obviously a, you know, a turnable piece. It's totally not. Totally not. And you'll just break it off trying. Alright, so we got some tools that we're making here. So let's find. We got a black claw. We've got this piece, a silver claw. We've got a pin and a number 3 bar. And we're going to check it. Number 3. Yeah. That's actually probably one of my next tattoos. I do plan on getting the Technic pin graph tattooed on me, but I'm also probably going to get the Peely minifig tattooed on me as well. I love my Fortnite, man. Alright, so that's going to go there. And then we're putting this in here. So we've got another kind of tool that's going to fit right in here. Yeah. Okay, so we got like a couple tools that are fitting right up there, which is interesting. Interesting. Alright. And now it looks like we're making a hammer. So we need a number 3. Yeah, that should be a number 3. So find a number 3. And then we need a jumper plate. We should have a wrench in here. And, you know, I wasn't thinking, so I kind of dumped everything into one bucket, which is not usually my style, but it'll be okay. It'll work. It'll work. I got one of these. I might have to bring it up to my face, though, quite honestly. I got one of those. And there's still like a small piece that we've got to find that's supposed to go in that. It's a teeny gray piece. So hopefully, now, if you know, you know, I'm actually have filmed this, you know, a lot earlier. And I'll have it placed up on the channel and everything. But hopefully you are having an amazing Saturday. I like hearing when people are having those really good Saturdays. Makes me feel good. And I say that just because, you know, like, hey, there's a lot going on in the world. There's all sorts of things constantly going on. People are constantly in strife. So, you know, to hear someone's having a good Saturday, that makes me smile. Boom. So we made ourselves like a little hammer. Dirt, dirt, dirt. Checking to make sure that my reflexes work. And then we got a teeny tiny wrench over here. So, this is going to pop in right here. Wrench there. Hammer over here. There we go. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Okay. Now, so 294. We've got a 4x4 modified plate. My goodness, a 1x1 tile with clip, a 1x1 plate with a clip, and then one of these kind of 90-degree bars. We're going to see what we got. So that's going to go up here. This is going to go this way. Okay. That's going to fit into here. So it's almost like we're making more tools, tool racks, things like that. And this should fit right on the back of here. And we are going to be covering up that open spot. So, boom, just like that. Okay, so it's a nice little, like, kind of work cart, which I dig. Okay, now we've got, of course, the old school megaphone, like the little Lego megaphones. I love those things. We got ourselves a, what's that, silver? Yeah, it's like a silver pin. Should have a Technic cross piece. We'll find it in here. I know it's in here somewhere. Does make it tough with everything in there, Tay. But it's like, bro, what were you thinking? And the answer is, I wasn't actually thinking. So let's just be honest on that. We've got centimeters, though I don't think I grabbed. Well, it's got it here, so that works. Yeah, that actually works, because otherwise that would be a disaster. Alright, so we're putting this 1x1 round plate with peg on there. We've got our Technic pin and sleeve here. We're going to push that together right up there. And then we've got our pneumatic tube. So we do have a pneumatic tube here, and they're telling us that we need 10 centimeters of it. So we're going to go ahead and line this up here. If I don't know, I mean, I've got other pneumatic tubes. Now, hey, now I've got more pneumatic tubes, because this stuff is really good, especially if you're doing cyberpunk builds. Stuff is really good to have around. So the rest of that I'll end up putting up into my, I've got like a drawer that's got a bunch of pneumatic tube, and so now I've got some satin, and then I've got some that are glossy. So the other ones I was using were high gloss. So I've got plenty to choose from. Alright, so we're going to plug that together. I was going to use some for power lines at one point. This is supposed to pop in like one right here. Push that right across there. And this is going to go and line up right up here. Okay. So I'm going to see if I can't turn. There we go. So that way I'm using the bar to kind of hold that down a little bit. So we've got all that settled. Still nothing in there. It'd have been cool to have like a sticker or something that just said like pneumatics, or just something that felt like there was something to it. Alright, so we're going to grab 1, 2, we got these wheels, 1, 2, 3. We're going with the bigger ones, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got those. Got 1 and 2. We should have 1 more. Now they're having us use the black wheel wells, and the others are getting the silver ones, right? Okay. We're going to pop these on. 1, and we're going to pop that on. It looks good. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, this has been a pretty cool set. As a matter of fact, like, definitely say, I'll put it in the show notes, but I believe I've got a link for this on my Amazon page. This is, it's not a full Technic. There's some Technic stuff to it, but it's a really nice model set. I'm actually quite surprised at how functionally nice this has been. This has been a pretty good build. Pretty good. I definitely enjoyed it. Not as much as I enjoy the crazy Technic one, and I've got a couple of other like cheap sets on the way that I'm checking out. I might actually have to, yeah, there we go. I had to pull that tube out because the tube was getting stuck. But there you go, looky there. Not bad. Okay, so we can roll this up here because I have a feeling that's it on that one. Now, we might have stickers, but we'll kind of roll this off over here for right now. These, I believe I found my drawer. I'm going to go ahead and throw those in there. Because I don't think we need any more of this. But I'm trying to keep things kind of clean. I don't know, man. Sometimes I get that weird ADHD aspect of things when I get so hyper focused I can't concentrate on anything else, that it can be problematic. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we've got this, and we're going to be putting some wheels on, but this is like a tire stand. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, just like that. And then we need 8 of our cheese wedges. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7 and 8 right here. 7 and 8. And we're going to be going, let's see, we also need 1, 2, 3, and 4. I skipped one, so I'm going to be kind of doing this all together in one thing. And 2. Okay, so we're going to be going kind of in between these, a 4, and a 4, and then skip here, 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 and here. Okay, so we got the 1x4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 1x6s, 1x4s, and 1x2s. And that's how we're creating this kind of tire holder. Then we're putting our cheese wedges in. So one going one direction, one going the other, and that's how it's going to hold the tires. Nothing pegging it in, though. That's something to keep in mind. Is normally it's like, you know, like one of the things that I did on my most recent mock was there's a cart, and I was like, I don't want to pick this up or move this or turn it and have the cart slide off, so I found a way to pin it in. Anytime that I feel like you can pin something in, I say do it, but this is going to be loose. So look, that is loose. Will they roll off? Yeah, if you're not careful. Okay, so we've got our tire piece. I'm going to move this over here. So we've got a tire holder, we've got a pneumatic cart for, you know, air, things like that. Now we're building the trolley. Yeah, I think, yeah, we're building we got trolley, and then we'll have a light and stuff. Okay, so we need, it is a Technic brick. It's a 1x4. Oh, so never mind. It's 2 1x2s. And then a 1x4 plate. So we're going to place it like this. So 1 and 2. And now it looks like we're putting some Technic parts on. So we should have a, let's see, we've got this pin to ratchet. We've got a number 3 bar, and then a ratchet with female holder. So we're gonna pop these in here like this. That should fit down into there. And this is gonna fit right into there. Okay, I'm not quite sure where we're going with this, but I'm just gonna kinda stick with it because we should be fine. Okay, so we got Technic pin without friction. 1 and 2. I always call them Technic 2 crossbars. 1 and 2. So we got these inverted plates with Technic pin bars. A 1x6, and then it looks like 2 1x8s. Okay, so let's see what we got. So this goes up on top, 1 and 2, and then this is going on the bottom on each side with the Technic pin to Technic crossbar going out. They call them Technics with, or pins with friction, but it's a crossbar, which I guess you could say is friction. All right, so now we've got this. Now we need 3, 1, 2, 3 of those 1x6s. Okay, and then this is going underneath here. Now, surprisingly enough, oh, it tells you way up here. Okay, so this is to fit in like that. I guess that's some sort of handle, I'm guessing. It's kind of weird, but I mean, it works. Not gonna knock them. It works. We need 1, 2 of these 1x8s in red, and then we need 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the 1x4s in gray. No, 3, and then we got something else going on for the 4th. So let's go ahead and we're gonna place 1 and 2, then 1, 2, and 3, just like that. Now we need our 1, 2 of these 1x2 bricks with Technic pinholes, and then a 1x4 tile. That's going to be going right down here onto this. So, interesting. Very interesting. As of right now, I'm not seeing the whole, how do I put it? The whole, trolley thing, but I'm trusting the process here. I guess this is to kick it up. That's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little weird. All right, so 309. So we got these 2 bars here. These are, let's see, 3, 3, 3, and 4. So 3, 3, 3. That's 9, right? So 6, 9, 12, 13. So 1x13s. And then 1, 2 of these sleeves. And then we should have 1, 2 of our friction pins, or Technic pins, Technic crossbars. We should have 4 of our Technic pins. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so all 4 there, and then 6 of these Technic pins to studs. So there's, let's see, there's 4 right here. 5. We should have 1 more. 6 right over there. Okay. All right. And how do they have us doing this? So it looks like we're going to take 1 bar. We're going to go 1, 2, counting up 2, and then add, counting up 2 more, and then add, and then counting up 2 more, and then adding. Then we should have this going back this way, and that going in here. So let's go ahead. We're going to replicate that on this one. So 1 and 2, and then 2 up, add, skip 2, and then add, skip 2 more. Oh, I did something wrong, didn't I? I certainly did. Let's go ahead and pop this out. You know, the yellow brick separator I got for the aircraft ship, the Phantom Starship, that one's pretty good because I like it because it's got a little bar in it that you can line up on those. So that might be my new Technic brick separator. These are okay, and the Lumibricks ones are okay, but they're not necessarily meant for all of that. Okay, so we're gonna pop one into here, pop the other one into here. Okay, that's looking a little bit more like a trolley. And now we need 3 1x3s. And then it looks like 3 more of these. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab them. I'm going to kind of shoehorn the two pieces together because that'll just make it easier. Make it easier to line them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6. And that's kind of where we're going to be on that. Boom. Okay. And then we've got some wheels. So we got a couple more of these like pieces here that go on the outside. We've got 2 wheels, and we should have 2 of these hubs. We're gonna snap them on, boom, boom, and we'll put that on the outside. Snap that on, boom, boom, and then we'll put another on the outside, and that's going to get this settled. So let's pop one here, one here. Yeah, so that's nice. Okay, and then we've got the extra 2 wheels. So we're gonna pop 1, 2. They're gonna go on like that. So kind of like that. That's pretty cool. I dig it. And we'll put that over here with the other tires. So we're gonna have to make some room now that we're making a bunch of stuff, aren't we? Okay, so now it looks like we need a small flag. And I'm going to go ahead and say this flag seems very, very small in comparison to everything else that's being built. It's like, what? Shouldn't that be bigger? But I'm sure it has something to do with flagging the driver for making sure that they're pulling in a certain area. But that's it. So that's all we have for the flag. So that is settled. And then we've got, it is a stopper, a thing that they put out to say, hey, don't drive off, you're not cleared. So we've got these textured 2x2 textured round bricks. So we're gonna pop one on there, pop one more on there like that, one more white one, and then a 2x2 to 1 cone. One of these 90-degree bars. It's going to fit right in there in the top. And then we're going to find, we should have in here, I'm going to look, find it. Oh no, hopefully we have one. So I'm not sure that'll fit. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so I gotta look to see, did I have another? Yeah, we had to have that. So this is kind of weird. So what they have us doing is they have us putting this Technic, it's a plate with a technic hole in it. But sadly enough, there's really not, I don't see anything there that would indicate, like I've got these two plates here, but they don't have a hole in them, and so it's not really going to work. So instead we're going to cheat it a little bit. We're just going to go ahead and plug that post into there, and then we'll put this piece on the outside. And if I ever come across one of those pieces, I'll definitely look. I'm gonna check, make sure that's a regular. Yeah, it's a regular piece too. But yeah, I ended up with like one extra like black stud. I had no idea where it came from one of the other bags. So that's how we're gonna do that. We're gonna kind of cheat that just a little bit. We don't have the stud on there, but it should be fine for right now. And if I ever come across a stud, I'll fix that in the long run. But that's like that little stopper. Say, don't go any further. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Guess what? Something ain't right. So we got 2 of these 2x2 round plates. We're going to be putting it on a 6x6 plate. 1, 2. And then we need 3. 1, 2. And I'll go ahead and grab the white ones too. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I got 3. So it's got kind of a stripe on each one. So this will be black, white, and then ends on black. The other side will be white, black, and then white. So they're making stripes, like racing stripes out of this, which is pretty cool because once they put the other pieces on there, it'll checker out like a flag, which is it's perfect. Now for these, for Mould King, and I'll kind of show you. If you're familiar with me building Mould King, I know I've done it in the past. I know I show it every time, but I'll go ahead and show it again because I think it's important for people to know. Let's use this white one here. So one of the things with Mould King is that they have the interior and this piece separate. So you just have to line them up, press them in, and that's how you get your studded pieces. Let's do it on this one as well. I'm wondering if that might be easier to see. No, kind of. It's like it's like 6 or half dozen of the other, honestly. One's too dark, one's too bright in the lights. But you put this little T-bar in there. Come on now. This one's not wanting to sit down. Oh, it's because I have it backwards. There you go. So that kind of sits in there to create those spots. So let's go ahead and do the rest. Yeah, I gotta make sure I know the orientation of how I'm putting these in. It happens, man. Happens to the worst of us. Alright, so here we go. All these in, that's pressed in. And now we're going to be staggering these against these to create that checkered flag sort of look. Wow, that's pretty nice. I dig that. I dig that a lot. I think that's really cool. Okay, now we got stuff that's going on the inside. So we need 2 of these, 1 of these. Oh, excuse me. We need 2, 3 of the 2x2 round tiles, and then it looks like 2 of these double long Technic pins. So what they have us doing is that they have this going up here. We got 1 going in here. These make really good transformers, by the way. There's like a weird piece that's got a bottom on it. They're really cool for making transformers. Like when I say transformers, I don't mean like Transformers, more than meets the eye. I'm meaning more like Transformers, like, like, what do you call them? Like, electrical grid pieces for your city. It seems so weird to say. I'm a weird dude. Weird. Alright, so we're creating that. That's going to go up. And that's an interesting way of making this. But it holds pretty well. But this will be our light post for our racing light. Now, we do need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of these bars. We need 1 with the Technic pen and bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then 1 Technic pen sleeve. And it looks like we're going to be putting this into here. And then we're just going to start lining them up. So we got sleeve, bar, sleeve, bar, sleeve, and bar. Hey, guess what's next? Sleeve, and then bar. Sleeve, and then bar. Hey, just in case you weren't paying attention, after this bar we got sleeve, right? How's that for pattern for you? And bar. Oy vey. And then that's just going to fit right up in here. So we got this tall thing here. This is going to end up being our traffic light. Or like the racing light. The one that says doot, 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 and then you take off into your Mario Kart. Alright, so that's going to go there. Now, we are flipping this guy upside down. We need 2 brackets. 1 and 2. I'm going to put them in here. 1 and 2. Just like that. And then we need 1, 2 of these. 1 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these 1x2 by 2x2 snot bricks. And let's see how we're doing this. So we've got 1 and 2, 3, and 4. 1 going here. 1 going here. 1 going there. Okay. All right. And then that's going to fit to here. Am I correct? Yes. Okay. Interestingly enough, so it's kind of weird. So it shows us, we got this. Okay, now we're doing another set. So 1, 2, we need 4 more. 3, 4, and 1 of these. Okay, so kind of like how we built the other, we're going to go ahead and put 1, 2, 3, and 4. This time we got 1 that goes down, 1 that goes up. Okay, and that's supposed to fit right onto here. Alright, now 1, 2, 3, and then 1. Okay, so I'm kind of looking just to make sure. So the colors are throwing me off a little bit. And I know that once we put translucent pieces on it, certain things will stand out more, but it's like, why are these not lined up? There's like the gray, and then there's these white ones, and I'm not quite sure I understand why. But I'm going to build as is, because that's what I'm supposed to do. Alright, now we've got 2 of these studs there. We've got 1, 2 plates. And then these right here. So we've got one going in the back, one here, one here, another plate, and then we're putting some studs down. 1 and 2. Kind of interesting looking. Very interesting. Okay. Now, this is where we need 16 reds, so I'm just going to go ahead. Let's start popping them on. We can start just chit-chatting about things. I don't even know what to say at this point. Oh, man. So, yeah. You know, it seems like a long time ago. I remember, like, where I grew up, it was, you know, we didn't have a lot of stuff show up. The only time I ever got to go to a wrestling match was, besides for, like, the local wrestling, but, like, actual, like, it was kind of considered WWE. I feel like it was more like WCW. But, you know, it was okay. We had Dink the Clown at our event. Someone got hurt. I went with my buddy family. That was the family of John and Jeff. Man, I miss them. Anyways, we went to this thing, and I mean, it was ridiculous. It was at the Civic Center, and our Civic Center where I grew up is not very big as it is. And it was very, very entertaining. I remember watching someone flipped over the bars. They flipped into this table and completely busted this table in half. Everyone was like, yeah. Then we noticed the guy wasn't getting up, so they had to call the paramedics. It's like, oh man, of course it would be at one of our events that we go to that this is gonna happen, right? Completely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous stuff. But, you know, for those people who say that wrestling is fake, it's not really fake. I've seen loads of people get hurt doing it. Where I am now, Denton, that's kind of my town right now. They had a underground wrestling ring that was around forever. One of our old friends, she married one of the wrestlers. It was very entertaining. Hey, looky there! I found that stud. I knew I would. So we're gonna pop that out. Pop that on there. Get on there. You know what? Let me just put it in here and see if that works. There we go. Alright, there. Found the stud. I think we're going to have some little light pieces left over. That's okay. We usually have like these like little 1x1s, those sorts of things. They're going to be left over because they're so small. But anyways, he was a high flying dude, so he was the type to jump off of things and jump onto stuff and jump into crowds and kind of get wild and wacky. And it was like one of those, you show up to the venue, bring your lawn chair because there's no other seating for you. So we would bring little chairs for us to sit in and watch these people jump around and wrestle and hurt each other. Very, very, very entertaining. Entertaining in a very odd way. I've got to tell you, it's just odd. Very odd. I think about those things. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy cool stuff, man. Like, that's good old times, right? I think about it and I'm like, that was so strange. It's kind of odd for me. Now, that thing spins. I don't know if I really like that too much. I felt like there's probably a different way we could have built that. But, no. It is, right? Okay, so they're talking about controlling the knob of the cockpit. Now we're doing our stickers. So let's do this. I'm going to take these, I'm going to stick them together like this. So we go bop, bop, and bop, one up on top. This little pin stud here on the bottom. And I'm just going to kind of put that over, I'll put it in here, if it'll fit. Well, looky there, it fits. So we got a little light tool. That's what I'm going to call it, my light tool. All right, let's start with our flag. So we got this flag. We're looking at number 45. So we're going to pull up 45 here. We're going to put 45. There's one on one side, one on the other. It's late for me right now, so I'm really hoping that this works out for me. I'm not like crashing out in a minute like, ah, because it can happen, man. Sometimes it only takes about 2 seconds. I feel bad for people that got to deal with me, but hey, you know, like, comes with it. Looky there, got ourselves a little checkered flag. Matter of fact, let me kind of turn it up like this so we can kind of see a little bit more what's going on. Hopefully my face isn't going to run into this every few seconds. We can probably get rid of that. And we'll move these items over. So we got this right there. We got a little flag there. Kind of bring it back around like that. There we go. I don't think there's anything going on this. Is there? No. So we'll put this up over here. We've got these. We're not worried about stickers for that. Like, I think the sticker is just for that thing. Okay. Do we need stickers for this? Nope. And that's just what is. And then let's do this one real quick. So we got 47 and 46. And looks like we might have one more. Yeah, 49 and 48. Okay. So 47 and 46. Let's go 46. I do love that they make it to where these are split. It's almost like they know. They know, hey, let's split that, because TayRayGun, if we don't, he is going to lash out about the fact that he's got to cut this sticker in half. I'm actually kidding. I doubt they even know. They probably don't even know I exist. They're like, ooh. Alright, so we got, this one is unleaded gasoline this side. We've got, let's take a look on the other side. It's going over here. Okay, so going up here with this thing. Boom. And I might, you know what? I'm gonna push that down and remove it real quick. Alright, so we're gonna pop that one on there. Interesting enough, after I've been doing that Phantom Starship, and it is full of just technic goodness, and I got done with this, I was like, hey, you know, I enjoyed putting a lot of the car of this together. Really cool model, but it's like, now I'm kind of disappointed where I'm like, this should have had more Technic stuff in it. Alright, so we got this. Looks pretty good. Kind of still bummed about this. I don't know if I could switch those out, because I kind of like the idea of having like yellow here and then black on here, but we did not get that. We got a yellow thing. So that must be like just that might just be a problem, something that's going on with it. Okay. Let's start on the back. Oh, and I broke something off, didn't I? I certainly did. Okay, yeah, it goes right here. So that's going to go right there. And we are creating this. Now, it says 27, 28, 29, and 30 is going across here. So let's find them. 27 is our first one. You know what? As a matter of fact, let me just break that off. That might make that a lot easier for me. If I break it off kind of like this. There you go. So 27. Nice. And then 28. So we're going in sequential order. Thank you, Mould King. So 28. 29. And then 30 right on the end. Now they don't have it centered. Kind of interesting, but I guess that's how this works. Internal combustion engines never come to an end. Okay. Dig it. Alright, so that is it on this one. Now we're going to be turning this way. And it looks like we got quite a bit of stickers to go. So, let's take a look at... I'm going to move the booklet over here so we can kind of look at it this way. Bring it up just a little bit. There you go. So let's pop this off. And we're going to be looking at 33 and 34. 33. We go right here. And then 34 on the other side. Now I will admit, more than anything, this does feel kind of like with the Kobe stuff. This feels more like a model than anything else. So that's something to keep in mind. But it's a fun build. I will admit that. I mean, look at the engine work there. It's beautiful. So 35. If you got someone who likes Indy cars, Formula One, I mean, this might be a pretty cool, like kind of thing for them. So we got 136. Oh, I lost my spot, didn't I? Oh, there it is. So 36 is right here. I work on this and I'm thinking of like some of my online buddies, like Bearded Blue Collar loves cars. This would fit right in his way. Rudy, New York. Buddy, this one's for you. You started watching me build this, so I technically feel like I should dedicate this one to you. But I believe that you really enjoy cars too. So these sorts of builds, right up your alley. Right up your alley. But it definitely does make me want to get a Technic car build, just to kind of get like engines. And honestly, I would go back and I'm wanting to research and find the old motorcycle set that I had when I was a kid that I loved. Actually, I'd love to get that back. I'd love to go get another one. All of my Legos, all of them got ousted. So I never got any of those back. Which kills me because I loved, that was one of those that I enjoyed that particular set so much that I also kept the box with it. So it was like I had the piece and the box, and I just, oh man, I loved it. That was such a cool build. Alright, so we've got this. Oh wait, that's why. Alright, so this is going to go right here. This goes right across here. And then that should fit right into there. There you go. Alright. So I was kind of doing the same. Like I'm having to pull this off. Because I think trying to get in there is going to be a bit of a flight risk. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side while I'm thinking about it. The other 31. And we can skip it when we get to the other side, because we're still technically on this other side over here. But I want to get these. I want to get these on there and get it finished. That's going to go right onto that brick. Boom, just like that. And then let's go ahead and place this back on there. Okay, so that's going to go out. Snap. That fits right into there. And a lot of this is just held with clutch power. Honestly, I feel like they should have done something to reinforce that just a little bit more, but they did not. Okay, so we're going to fit that back onto here. Combustion engines never stop, huh? Alright, so that one piece in the front keeps breaking off. I do kind of wish that would break open. We could see a little bit more in there, but alright, so we need 32, and that's going on this mirror here, and I believe we got 32 on the other side, so we might as well just pull that mirror as well, place it. So we're gonna line that one up here. One. Ooh, yeah, look, I did that one backwards, so that one goes over there. It goes like that. This one, and I'm going to keep it with its part, it's going to go on this side. Okay. It's like, listen, I put it backwards, but I'm still kind of paying attention. Alright, so that one goes there. And this is going to go right here. I'm getting to a point where it's like my hands, I'm having a hard time controlling things. So I definitely, if you're like, dude is dropping stuff all over the place. It's, keep in mind, it's late for me and I'm struggling. Like with my hands, with my nervous system, everything. And, you know, I would like to say it's because I'm overstimulated. That's actually not the case at all. I think more the idea is like right now, it's just I'm tired. I don't know. It could also be my neurons. Boom. Alright, so we're going to fit those in, and now we've got stickers for this side up on the front. So that's what we're going to work on. Okay. So we got 1 and 2 that go up here, and then 3 and 4 are going here. So let's find our 1 and 2. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's try 1. Oh, that's going to be tight. I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. So 1, and then 2. Part of me that kind of wishes that we could have done this like a little bit earlier in the build. It might have made stickers a lot easier, Mould King, if we did this stuff beforehand. I'm just saying, it usually, when you do your stickers as you build, it makes it a lot easier. But at the same time, if you're wanting to get them all done at once, this is probably the way to do it. Even though this is definitely not my idea of, hey, let's do it all at once. Because at this point, when I start getting tired, it's like, man, I'm struggling getting this done. Okay, so I believe I've got all the stickers on this side. We're going to flip it over to the other side and see what we got. Okay, so yes, I believe this is where we're going to be. So I'm looking for 11 right now. Do you see 11? Oh, I see 11. Okay. So let's start, actually, let's start up here on this portion up there. So we've got 5, 6, and then 7 and 8. So we're going to turn this bad boy towards us, and we're going to be putting these on here. So 5 and 6, and then 7 and 8, I believe. So let's go ahead and get our 5. Number 5 right here. Again, so much easier if we could have done this as we built, because that is a very tight spot for people who have big old fingers like me. Just saying, Mould King. I wouldn't expect a bunch of kids putting this together, so... But if I remember correctly, there was some things like with the Hurricane STO that was also like a little weird. Looky there. That's not good. That whole thing just fell apart. We'll get it. We'll get it. But that's definitely, like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, that's something that needs to be reinforced. Especially before we get too far into the build. That might have been something that should have been reinforced beforehand. Good thing about bricks is that the more experience you have building them, the more experience you have doing that. You look at something and you go, you know what? I don't like the way you built it. I'm going to build it my way now. And you had that option, which is good. So this is connected by this. However, up here, it's not setting all the way in. It's not as set as we want it to go. So that's kind of a weak point. I don't care much for that. But, I mean, that's kind of the way we got to deal with it. So right now we've got this nose portion that's coming down. And it looks like we've got 19, 9, and 10. Alright, so 19. Let's find 19. 19 right here. Now that goes up and across here. So 19, and then 9, and then 10. So 9. It's funny that that's 19, that's 9, and that's 10, because you add them together, and that's 19. I wonder if they did that on purpose, or if that was just like, hey, just do the layout. For me and my adult brain, I'm like, hey, I kind of like that. That makes total sense as a math person, right? They're probably, no, that's, we didn't mean it like that, I promise. We didn't mean it. Stop reading into it. Okay, so this is going to have to go. Oh my goodness. I had a feeling something like this is going to happen. Okay, so we're just going to take this. Let's go ahead and pop that in there. Okay. We're going to press all that together. Of course, the rocker plates now want to come out. We're going to take this. We're just going to kind of pop it into place. There we go. All right. Make sure everything's nice and pressed. Alright, actually looks better the second time that I've destroyed it and have put it together. Now it feels like it's actually functional and working. I don't know, man. I don't know. So we got 12 and 13. So let's find 12. Right here. 12. We're going to line that one up. Nope. Might have to get closer for this one. There we go. So 12 and 13. Hey, if you ever did the, what was it, the Nissan Skyline from Speed Champions? Oh man, that had so many stickers on it. Here's it. here's the thing. Sometimes I enjoy doing the stickers. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I just, for me, I don't like having to do them after the fact. That's the part that gets me. It's like, you mean the whole thing's put together and now you're wanting me to fit these pieces on there in tough to reach places? It's like, no thank you. I think that's where the aggravation on my end comes from. It's like, listen, if it's a tight spot to get into, have us do that beforehand. That would make so much more sense to do it beforehand instead of waiting at the very last minute to kind of do it and fit it in there with our big sausage fingers that, you know, because most of us, we got adult size hands. We're not going to be able to fit that on there correctly. We're going to have to take some of the thing apart. But here's the thing. I had to take it apart, and guess what? When I put it back together, I put it together better than it was before. So, I mean, there is some good that comes out of that. And hey, all that, I feel like that's by the grace of God right there. If you're kind of wondering, that's by the grace of God. He's like, yeah, look, check it out. I made you stop. I made you take it apart, redo it, and when you redid it and you understood it a little bit more, you were able to fix it. There we go. Look at that. And I mean, look at that engine work. Oh, that's beautiful. This is actually a really, really cool build. I put this one off for a while, and I'm kind of glad to get back to it. Now, we've got 14 and, looks like 14, 15, and 16, right? No, right here. 14, 15, and 16, right? Oh, yeah, they're all separate. I was like, wait a second. No, they're all separate. So, let's find them on here. 14, 15, and 16. Nope. I'm going to push these antenna down right there so they don't get in my way. So 14. And then 15. So number 37. And then 16 right here. Now this car is number 37. I don't actually know the specifics for this. So I don't know if this is someone's specific car, if it's just a model. You know, you might have to let me know in the comments what I might be missing. Like I said, I don't really watch racing. When I was younger and I would stay at my grandparents', I would watch racing with my grandpa. Well, let me rephrase that. I would watch racing while my grandpa would sleep on his recliner. It was that or golf. Whatever was on ABC after cartoons and stuff on like Saturdays when I would stay with them. I could always ask my sister, she might remember. But here's the thing, she didn't stay there quite as often as I did. I know my grandparents, I would stay with them a lot. My mom would be like, yeah, you want to stay with grandparents? I'd be like, sure. Remember there was one night, my grandma's such a sweetheart. I loved her so much. She, number 11. I had fallen asleep, and I always slept in the living room. And they lived in a trailer house, right? So like a mobile home, manufactured home. We called them mobile homes, but they're manufactured homes. So like long trailer that's got the house on it. It's got wheels, usually strapped down. Well, it would, during the winter time, when I would stay with them, because usually I'd stay somewhere around Christmas time. Now my sister, she did not stay that often. I don't remember her staying very often, but I remember I would go quite often. And I stayed, and I remember one time, I guess my feet had gotten cold because they were out. Sometimes I don't like having stuff on my feet. And my grandma woke up in the middle of the night, came out there, saw that my feet, she said my feet were, because I remember waking up to her and she was rubbing my feet and then putting them in the blanket. And I remember waking up smiling at her and she smiled back at me and I went back to sleep. And what it was, apparently my feet were so cold. And she said that they looked like they were blue. So she came out to check up on me and to warm up my feet with her hands and then put the blanket back on and have me go back to sleep. My grandparents were amazing people. They really were. I loved them so much. Yeah. When they passed away, I was so upset. But, I mean, that is the way things go. I'm spiritual and I'm Christian, and I do believe I will see them again. So for me, that works out in my favor. Hey, we're done with that. I guess I can get rid of that, and boom! Looky there. Here, let's move this camera a little bit, and we'll kind of look at what we got. Man, look at that. So we got this is all done. Now it has a suggestion of how to put stuff, so I guess we'll mimic what they have on here. This part keeps breaking off. I would like to have something to reinforce that, honestly. I don't like that. Okay, so there we go. That's better. So we've got this thing right here. It's supposed to go right over there, I guess. Let's kick it up. I don't like it like that. I'll kick it up that way. And then this is going to go right over here. And then we got the little flag right there. And then we got the tires that kind of go back here. Pull the car up a little bit based on this. Uh-oh. I think I lost my feed. Whoops. I think I did. What did I do? You know what? We'll kick it back on and see. No. And then we'll activate it back and see. There we go. There we go. Man, the struggles of recording this all in one bit. Looky there. Alright, so that's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. We got the light. We got the tool piece. We got the stoppers, the flags. That's a lot here. So, yeah, I dig this. I think for me, my favorite is the Technic stuff. I like this. It's a cool model. It really is. And I guess you could trade out these tires with those. I like that. I like the fact we got this stuff here. This would be a great display. Great display. Well, hey, listen. I'm gonna call it. That's it. That is the Mould King. What is this? The Mould King, the creative idea F1 Racer. That's done. All 1,603 pieces. All the stickers. There's no printed parts. They're all stickers. It's all completely done. 5 bags. We did a bag a day. So yeah, it's about time we finish this. I gotta tell you, probably my favorite part. I love this. The engine stuff on there. Oh, to me, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. I'd like to have seen something better for the driver up here. I don't like that quite so much, but and I kind of wish that this had been, like a more of a model portion in there to see all that, but yeah, no. it's still pretty cool. It's still pretty cool. Hey, listen, that's all I got. We'll kind of go through the normal things. Hey, I'm sorry I wasn't there this Saturday. Hopefully everything is good. I'm wishing you all a wonderful Saturday. I hope you have a great time. I'll probably post some short or something. I usually do. If I don't, it's because I'm not in a spot where I can. Okay. Other than that, hey, I'll put the link for this down in the show notes. You want to get this, definitely get it out of the shop. I get a small commission. Those commissions, they really do help out in the long run. So eventually, maybe 5 years from now, I'll have enough to buy a set to review it. I'm not having to use my own money. But pretty much all these sets I buy on my own money. There's a few that I've either gotten, like one I got paid for, one was a gift, and one I won. After that, everything else is out of my pocket. So when I review them and I talk about them, I'm doing it out of the vein of, hey, I bought this. There's good and there's bad, right? Because the whole point of this is hopefully to make you a better budgeted brick builder. There you go. I did it right. So you can always help out the channel by sharing this out, liking this. It lets YouTube know that you like and want to make. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Please do that. Hit that bell for notifications to be alerted if anything comes from me to you. I like to premiere these so that way you know what's coming up, right? Other than that, man, like this, share this, comment. I like chatting with you all. Yeah, just keep coming back. Keep coming back and watching. And hopefully this will help get the channel to grow, okay? Hey, listen, I love you all. Let me pull this up all the way to the top. I love you all. Jesus loves you more. There's nothing you can do about it. Good luck with the build. Happy brick hunting. Goodbye, y'all.